everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. RK Rottweilers. Thank you guys for tuning back in. We're going to do kind of a little two-part video today. Not in two sections, but going to kind of explain to you guys the process of just getting a puppy. I've had a lot of people asking. Also, we do have a litter on the ground right now. I'm not sure if you can hear them, but I am going to pick up a couple of them and let you guys see them. A little bit of the puppy fix. Woo! Yeah, I love it. It drives me crazy. I do. Unfortunately, being in this room does not. Been in here for a week already, and we have another litter coming too. So I'm going to be down here for a while. Like I was saying, you know how to get a puppy. So it's kind of like the title is, you know, trust the process. Just want everybody to know right off the bat that even though, you know, you may get on the waiting list and, you know, wait a few months, you know, you are going to get your puppy. We've never had any situations where somebody didn't get their puppy or wasn't satisfied with, you know, whatever the process may have been. Sometimes it can just take a little bit longer. Like I said before, the litters can come big, they can come small, you just never know. We had a couple smaller litters, the two previous ones to this one, and this one here just turned out to be big and beautiful. So, number one, guys, is if you are looking to get a puppy, just make sure you reach out to us. You know, I never, and I do mean absolutely never, discuss business on our feeds, our platforms, you know, anywhere, you know, where it's just an open feed, you know, comment sections, any of that. I do not discuss business like that. That's unprofessional. So that's number one. If you guys are looking, just pick up the phone, give me a call. If you need to text, if, you know, sometimes people aren't sure if I'm busy or not busy, things like that. I get that. You're trying to be respectful. Even shoot a text, you know, and you know, most likely I'll text you right back and say, yeah, give me a call. So, you know, that's always the best way. Trying to go back and forth, you know, through the whole process through text, that's not going to work either. So if you're just, you know, trying to see if I'm available, whatever, you know, shoot a text, that's good. If not, just give me a call. You know, I'm really easy to get along with, and I love talking Rottweilers. I really do. For those of you guys that have already called me, you guys know that. You know, I've had a few people, I don't want to keep you long, and then, you know, next thing I know, we're on the phone for about 30, 40 minutes just talking Rotties. So it does not bother me, you know, as long as I'm not busy or tied up, and if I was, I probably wouldn't be answering the phone anyways. I do have my priorities straight, so when I have things going on or, you know, I'm busy with something, I'll just wait and then I'll get back to you. Also, if you call and I don't answer, just leave a message. I will get right back to you. I'm not just gonna leave people hanging, you know, I don't do that. So that's the main thing. With that, a lot of people that I've seen, especially in the past, will go into the comment section, even on Facebook or anywhere else, and they just leave a basic comment of how much. So not only am I not going to discuss business over that, it's also kind of disrespectful to, you know, kind of put it out there like that. It's almost like, you know, just being so short and, you know, not personable, you know, with somebody. And that's also not how I do business. You know what I mean? We all build a connection here. You know, when you guys get a dog from us, you know, any of my clients know, you know, you become a part of the RK family. That's just how I operate. You know, I'm very personable. I like to, you know, deal with people one-on-one. That's why I say just give me a call, things like that. If it's just a simple, and I've even had people just put a couple dollar signs out there. I'm going to ignore that. I am. You're not really looking for a dog. You're just, you know, you're window shopping, you're kicking tires around the car. And like I said, it's actually kind of disrespectful. You know what I mean? I wouldn't treat anybody else like that. That's just not how I operate. That's also part of that grown man thing, you know. I do understand that, you know, the generations under me are being raised, you know, solely on their phones and through social media platforms. You know, people from my generation were not. So you tend to find, you know, people a little bit older that are, you know, probably, you know, into their, you know, mid 30s on up, you know, that would just rather talk business and talk to you. So that's that one. So please don't do that. Just give us a call. Trust me, I will always, you know, take a moment to talk to you. If I'm busy, I'll get right back to you. Very simple process though. Like I said before, we do deposits. We do have a waiting list. So what you want to do is just give us a call. We'll talk, you know, all the business that we need to talk. What you do is you get your deposit down. You get on the list, you know exactly where you are on that list. May it be a male or a female, maybe you want a first pick of the litter, something like that. So you'll know exactly where you're at. And then once we go through a litter, if we didn't have enough dogs to fulfill that list at that point in time, then you naturally move up whatever slots, you know, went ahead of you. So, you know, we have 5 boys and you're number 6. You know, you end up right there at number 2, you know, unless somebody's paying for that first pick of the litter. If nobody end up paying for that, then you come and pick first, you know, just a good luck of the draw, right? So everything that we do, it's very transparent. I keep everybody informed, and you know, I call people, I talk to people. A lot of people just call me and ask, you know, what's going on, how are things looking, and I'm always honest with everybody. You know, there's no need for me to try and, you know, deceive anybody or to take it left when I want to keep it right. You know, it's just a lot easier that way. It really is. I'm gonna get one of these little guys out for you. Gotta have the good stuff. Gotta have the good stuff. What else? Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. It really is. Now, I've never had 2 litters at the exact same time. This is new for me. This is good. This is a good learning experience for me. It's a lot more work, but it's okay. That's what I'm here to do. So we do, absolutely, we have spots available. A few spots just for the litter that I have, and then even the next litter coming up. We do have spots available. So I say this all the time. Yes, they are Butler, Kennels, Rottweilers, Bloodlines. I say that with pride. You know, if you're looking for that bloodline and you really want one of his dogs, maybe you just don't want to wait as long, you know, you're kind of antsy, you want to get to it now, give me a call. We're ready to go. Trust me. If you have any questions about that, if you have any questions about me, feel free to call my brother. He will tell you about me. I would not use his name as, you know, him backing me and supporting me if he didn't support me and back what I was doing. You know, yes, I'm my own kennel, he's his own kennel, you know what I mean? But we do, you know, we do work together with things, but more than that, you know, like I said, I consider him brother. We talk all the time. So, you know, if you have questions, you know, because, you know, maybe, you know, because we haven't been in it as long, you know, you just want to know what's going on and who I am, something like that. If you're not comfortable with just calling me and talking to me, you know, you're more than welcome to talk to Tony. That's okay. And we do still collaborate every now and then. You know, I do take females, you know, out there and stud with some of the males out there still as well. You know, that just helps to diversify, you know, my kennel. Also, if you guys are looking for a male and a female, yes, I can accommodate that. Even if you're trying to breed later on, whatever. I have totally separate bloodlines here, and even if one of them is from my male, I always, you know, stud out females here and there with other males from his. So I always have different bloodlines going on. These 2 litters right now have absolutely no relation, none, other than the fact that they all came from Butler. Other than that, they're totally separate. So even if somebody wanted a male and a female out of these 2 litters and they wanted to breed in the future, you guys would have that option. So yes, we can accommodate that. Do I sell dogs without the tails docked? Yes, I will. That's part of the business that we would conduct. So if that's what you're looking for, like I said, just when you give me a call, you know, ask all the questions you want. Be ready. You know, just have a list of them. You know, it's all good to me. It's all good to me. Let's get a little guy. Fat belly. Oh, this is one of my little boys. Yes, look at that, little boys. There he is. Oh, I know. Can I wake you up? Yes. You looking for mom? Yes. They're just a few days old. Almost a week. See the big old fat belly. Oh, you did that big old fat belly. I know. You're looking for mom. Let's see if I can get one of the girls out. Oh, yes, and here's one of the girls. Very pretty. Such a beautiful young lady. Oh, look at that little tongue. Look at that little tongue. So, yes, I know. Yes. Such a beautiful little girl. And they're eyes typically open, you know, right around 10 days. That's when they can start seeing and everything, and then they start getting more mobile, you know, a little bit more mobile every day. They kind of just pull themselves around on their front legs right now, but once their back legs start moving, then look out, it's go time. It's go time. Oh, you gonna be a little booger? This is a different, oh my goodness, he's a big boy. Look at that big old belly on him. Oh yes. Like I said, this is a pretty big litter, but they're doing well. They really are. They're doing very well. We did their tails a couple days ago, and the vet was really happy with what we have here. Look at that tongue. I know, baby boy. I know. So, yes, most of these do have homes already, but there are a few that don't. So, like I said, give us a call. We're ready to go. I will be spending the next, you know, few weeks just putting out a bunch of good little fun videos with the puppies. I know, you know, kind of lets everybody get their puppy fix. You know, that's why we're all here. You know, we're here for the dogs. We're not necessarily here to hear me ramble on all the time, but you know, I try to, like I said before, I try to mix it up. Not everybody knows what I know, you know, and there's people out there that know things that I don't know. So, you know, not only with trying to just spread some of the knowledge, I try to gain some knowledge as well. You know, I keep in contact with you know, not only my brother, but some other people too that I know in the past that have, you know, done breedings and things like that. Even if they're not Rottweilers, you know, we just like to communicate, bounce ideas around. Kennels, you know, all kind of stuff like that, you know, just feeding, you know, just, you know, care for the puppies when they're this little, just all kinds of different stuff. So we are constantly evolving, guys. We're constantly growing. We're constantly trying to get better. I don't compete with anybody. I'm not here for any of that. You know what I mean? I know what I have, and I know where we're going with this. So we are very content. We are very happy. We are very free. You know, this is our business. This is RK Rottweilers. So like I said, if you guys are ready, give us a call. It is 303-250-5669. You can check it out on Facebook as well. If you guys haven't checked that out, there's a lot more just regular pictures, things like that. But if you're just trying to get more familiar with our kennel period, check out the Facebook. We got IG as well. A little bit of the TikTok, not much. But it just gives you an opportunity to kind of even go back into our past, you know, into the past pictures and videos, things like that, and kind of just get a good feel for who we are. So if you're not sure, you know, go and check it out. Do a little research on us, and you know, tell us what you guys think. You know, that's it for today, guys. Like I said, just wanted to tap in, tell you guys a little bit about that. And if you're looking, now's the time. It's go time. It's go time for sure. So you guys have a blessed weekend. They're just so beautiful, I swear. He's another little boy. He's a different one too. Oh, I know. I'm gonna let mom back into and feed him. So, all right, you guys have a great one, and we will see you guys on the next one. Also, remember, hit that share, hit the like, hit the follow, everything, and help us grow. Help us grow. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. We're starting to make good strides. So, we will see you guys on the next one. All right, peace. Say peace. Yes. Thank you.